What are the trench ghosts? When heretics die on hallowed ground or in the presence of the unholy auras of a corrupted relic, their souls are trapped in the mortal plane, refused entry into heaven due to their damnation, and cast aside by hell for their failure. Their spirits linger, and they become consumed by a hatred for the living, for heaven has turned away from their redemption, and hell mocks them still in death. So the ghosts of the trenches attack all living things, commanded forward by voices the living cannot hear. Never resting, faces covered by gas masks that they no longer need, they drift across the Levant and whisper of pain and death and damnation everlasting into the ears of warriors on both sides. Forced to endure the pain and horror of war for all eternity, few mortals can match the gaze of these tortured, deathless spectres without breaking. Attacking any who venture into no man's land on sight, the trench ghosts gather into warbands when they sense a presence that does not share their miserable fate. Trench ghosts drift across the aftermath of battle, their envy for the living and the greed that permeates their souls compelling them to loot the dead. While coin is no longer of use to a trench ghost, they will still hoard it all the same and arm and equip themselves with scavenged arms and armour. Throughout the Levant there is no shortage of the dead. A myriad ruins, bombed out temples, churches, and hastily dug military graves are bombarded by artillery. Stirring the dead, the trench ghosts will recruit and band together with other lone and wandering ghosts, creating warbands that swell to such a size they rival great armies in some locations. With faded memories of past lives lost to them, the trench ghosts will perform half-remembered military drills, the battlefield routines of their past lives, and even trade with each other. All of this is meaningless though, and serves no real end goal other than the furtherance of their hatred for the living and their misery for what they have lost. In battle, the warbands of the trench ghosts ignore the difficulties of terrain that would slow a living being, but mines and other obstacles may still pose a danger to them. Though the trench ghosts were formerly of the heretic legions, due to the artificial nature of war wolves and artillery witches, they are never seen in their forces, and despite their needless hoarding of gold, their hatred for the living naturally means they would never spend such riches on mercenaries, such as sin-eaters or goetic warlocks, even if they could. While all trench ghosts strike fear into their enemies, and benefit from a wealth of equipment due to their propensity to loot the dead, and are afforded great fortitude in their own death, they are at least slow, and any living being pursued by a trench ghost may escape their clutches so long as they can maintain a hasty dash, as the ghost's new form is not as nimble as their old bodies. Due to their undead nature and perhaps owing to the disturbance of their graves, some trench ghosts float around the battlefield still encased in their method of burial. These ghosts will drift toward the living before violently exploding, leading them to be commonly referred to as sarcophagus mines, and the ghastly spectres of former heretic priests may be seen accompanying trench ghost warbands, and sometimes they will ride great spectral palanquins. Such a sturdy war chariot, or perhaps previous seat of office, renders the ghostly priest as durable as machine armour, granting them unholy strength and durability, which has led such modes of conveyance to become known as tank palanquins. And throughout the haunted battlefields, though the whispers and wails of the trench ghosts hang in the air, there are none more disturbing than the dirges of their barbed wire banshees. In a method similar to that of a chorister of the heretic legions, the barbed wire banshees call out into the air, their death wails rendering any enemies nearby vulnerable. While it may seem impossible, the trench ghosts can in fact be harmed by conventional weaponry, and their assaults may be driven back. Although the trench ghosts are most certainly dead, even their durable form will eventually be overcome by artillery fire, bullets, or dispersed by the close-range combat of swords and melee weapons. As you may expect though, you cannot kill that which is already dead, and despite their ability to animate their remains being destroyed, the cruel joke of their existence is that their sentience will linger on even after their tattered remnants rot to black soot and are blown away onto the winds. Now losing all cohesion, their tortured minds linger still upon the air, faint memories and lost sanity whispering and wailing, an eternal, unforgettable echo of pain upon the wind. And there we have the trench ghosts. Will you take these mournful souls to war on the tabletop? Let me know in the comments below, and if you'd like to learn more about the heretic legions, click the video link to your right. Or perhaps you'd like to learn how I painted my brazen bull, which you can find by clicking the video link to your left. Please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon.